We had some shakeups in the top 10. This one's going to look a little different than the last two. It'll look similar at the top. We still have Arizona and Michigan, but after that, it moved around a bit. So I'm excited to recap this new top 10. We'll talk about what changed, what I agree with, what I might disagree with. And yeah, we'll talk a little bit about 11 through 25 as well, because there are some things there that I don't really agree with. So we'll hop straight into it. At 1, for the third week in a row, we have the Arizona Wildcats. Look, I feel like it's going to be a broken record at this point with them, and me saying, yes, they should be number 1. Are they the best team in the country, though? Who knows? The jury's still out on that. Obviously, Michigan looks like just an absolute wrecking ball. So, Arizona, they're going to go undefeated in non-con. They just played San Diego State, which is their last tough opponent in the non-conference, and they won by 23. Tobe Awaka might be the best rebounder in the country. He is a beast. In 4 of their 11 games, he has at least 15 rebounds, and he plays 20 minutes a game. He's not out there for 35 minutes. So Arizona at 1, that's fine. They play tonight against Bethune-Cookman. They're favored by, I legitimately think, 40. So yeah, they will win that game. I'm curious when the last time they have been number 1 overall in the country for 3 weeks in a row is, because 2 years ago they were number 1 overall, but that was short-lived, I'm pretty sure. I'm very curious. I'm not looking it up because that feels like too much work, but it's got to be over a decade ago. It's been a while. So Arizona at 1. At 2, Michigan, they stay the same. Like I said, 1 and 2 are the same. Michigan, they won another game by 50. I didn't even see this stat somewhere. I found this myself. It's not that crazy that I found it myself, but I was just looking at their recent games and I was like, whoa, this is weird. In 5 of their last 6 games, they've scored exactly 101 or 102 points. I think that's weird. I think that's crazy. Some of my friends didn't think it was that crazy. I don't know. I think that's kind of odd. It feels I guess 101 is just their magic number once they get to that. I think they're unbeatable either way. FanDuel has them at plus 100 to make the Final Four right now, which in December feels a little bit ludicrous, but look, that's that. So Michigan at 2, I think we're all fine with that. I think Michigan fans want them at 1, and like I've been saying for the last month, the AP poll rankings do not matter. They don't matter. No one cares. Fans care, but when it comes down to the seed lines in March, if you're 1 in the country, it doesn't automatically mean you are the number 1 overall seed in March. So Michigan will have their opportunities to rack up those quad 1 wins in Big Ten play. And yeah, so we'll move on to number 3. This was the first change. We now have Iowa State. So when they beat Purdue, I personally thought they would be ranked 3 and Duke would be ranked 4. It was flip-flopped. I think they're rightfully ranked at 3. I think they're so good. I think everyone's starting to see it. Milan Momcilovic is shooting a stupid percentage from 3. He's 47 for 87 on the year or something like that. Obviously over 50%. Just improving each year. He's great. Obviously Joshua Jefferson looks like he could be a first-team All-American. I'm excited to see Iowa State in Big 12 play. The Big 12 is very, very top-heavy. We know this. Obviously, there's Arizona, there's Houston, BYU, Kansas, Iowa State, and then there's a little bit of a drop-off. But those games against, Arizona, even though they don't play until March, those games against Houston, BYU, even the road games against, Baylor and TCU, those will be fun. So I'm very excited for conference play. At 4, another change. UConn moves up 1 spot. They were ranked 5 the last 2 weeks, I believe. Look, UConn, they did enough in their non-conference to earn a 1 seed. They probably will be the 1 seed out east come March, unless something crazy happens, but they're going to roll through the Big East. Right now, the Big East looks rough. St. John's, who was ranked 5th to start the year, is currently unranked, and they are not a lock to make the tournament, which is crazy. I did call that. I did say I'm not a fan of St. John's. If we go back to my predictions, I think I projected them to be a 9 seed. So I'm kind of right. I'm teetering around it right now. I'm not sure what they're projected at. We'll see Lenardi's tomorrow. And yeah, UConn at 4, that's fine. It's going to be tough for them to move up to 1 just because their schedule is weak, and it's not their upcoming schedule is weak, and that's not their fault. The Big East is just weak. So at 5, we have Purdue. I said it when they went down to 6 after losing to Iowa State. This is like, they've seemingly become underrated. Not underrated, but no one's like talking about them right now as like, going into the year, everyone's like, Purdue's going to win it all. And then I haven't heard people talking about that. Purdue's still here. Braden Smith is still here. He is doing everything he can to break that assist record. I don't think he's going to get it, but I would love to see him do it. That would be so, so cool. Oscar Clough has been a great addition. And obviously, yeah, you still have Fletcher Lawyer and you still have TKR. So Purdue at 5 is fine, and they, again, with Michigan, will have a lot of opportunities to move up in the rankings with the Quad 1 games that are on their schedule. At 6, Duke. They were ranked 3 last week. I guess I'm fine with them at 6, but my rankings were a little different. I would have liked to see Houston ahead of them just because I know they don't look at the eye test that much, but if you look at the eye test, like Houston looks like a top 5 team in the country. They looked amazing. We'll get into that. I don't want to talk about that too much yet. Duke, they should have beat Texas Tech. They were up 17, missed free throws, turnovers. A lot of people were saying it reminded them a lot of the game against Houston in the Final Four last year, where they just crumbled. Yeah, again, I'm not a Duke fan. I'm worried about Duke, though. I am worried about Duke. I'm worried about their guard play. Caden Boozer looked good the other day, but I don't know. I'm worried about Texas Tech doesn't have a good defense, and Isaiah Evans is struggling. Caleb Foster had a decent game, but you want more out of your starting point guard, right? Dame Sarr had a nice game off the bench. He had a few threes, but they're relying on Cam Boozer a lot, and I'm just curious how long that can last. I feel like coaches will just start to scheme against, make the other guys beat them. And I'm very curious to see, the games against Louisville, NC State, UNC, and then even, the Syracuses, the Miamis, the Wake Forest. Wake Forest got killed yesterday, but they're still a decent team. So I guess they're fine at 6. I would have been fine with them as low as 8. And, yeah, that's why. Because at number 7, we have Gonzaga. And Gonzaga, they will be probably the 2 seed out west. They've done enough in the non-con. They'll roll through the West Coast Conference. Might lose a game or two. Gonzaga is phenomenal. Braden Huff is phenomenal. They obviously destroyed UCLA. They didn't destroy UCLA. They beat UCLA by 10 last Saturday, and then yesterday they beat Oregon in Portland. Oregon, yeah, they stink, but I was wrong about them. Gonzaga, I would have liked to see them ahead of Duke, honestly. But, again, it's the AP poll rankings. No one really cares. It doesn't matter, right? I think everyone will tell you that unless you're, a fan of the team. At the end of the day, it just doesn't matter. And then at 8, Houston. They had a big win against Arkansas at Prudential Center. I was at that game covering it. Kingston Flemings is... I think he's point guard 1 in the draft. I think he's gonna be a top 10 pick. He is so good. I knew he was good, but seeing him in person, he is a freak athlete. He is a great passer, great defender. Their backcourt is scary. I've said it about multiple teams. I've said it about Louisville. I've said it about Alabama, how they might have the best just 3-headed monsters in the country. I now think it's Houston, and I'm it'd be hard to talk me off of that. Houston just looks ridiculous. They look, obviously you have Tugler, you have Cenac in the front court, but even Ramon Walker Jr. hit a few nice shots. They are good, and Kelvin Sampson is the man. This is why I picked them to win it all this year. Obviously Michigan looks really good, so I don't know if I still love that pick, but Houston is very, very good. They can easily play their way into a 1 seed. They're going to have that matchup against Arizona, Iowa State, Kansas. They're going to have the opportunities. Just don't lose games that you're not supposed to lose. Don't lose at Cincinnati. Don't lose at UCF. Stuff like that. But yeah, Houston impressed me a lot. And Arkansas, they ran into a buzzsaw. 10 minutes into the game, Houston had 40 points. It was insane. The shot making was incredible. Yeah. Houston at 8. I would have liked to see them at 6 or 7. Okay. I'm fine with... I would have liked to see them, honestly, at 7, Gonzaga at 6, or them flipped, and then Duke at 8. But, again, no one cares. 9, Michigan State. I believe they were 9 last week. I'm almost positive. They didn't do anything to drop. They didn't do anything to move forward. They do play Nebraska, I think, to not open Big Ten play, but they played Penn State already. In a few weeks, I think they have Nebraska early January. That'll be a fun game. That's at Nebraska. That'll be a top 15 matchup, maybe top 12 or 13. So I'm very interested to see that. It's a big test for Nebraska. And obviously, that's like the type of game where it's like if Michigan State goes to Nebraska and loses, it's not the end of the world. And Nebraska, like, they're overperforming from their preseason expectations. So if they lose to Michigan State at home, like, again, it's not the end of the world. So it's kind of like both teams can go into the game. Like, obviously, you do have something to lose the game, but you can have kind of like that nothing to lose mentality. Just go out there and play your game. To round out the top 10, we have BYU. DeBansta he has impressed me so much. I was a little skeptical about this BYU team going into the year, but DeBansta is so good. Like, he's so good, and he's like, his athleticism, it's scary. It's off the charts. He's bought into what Kevin Young wants their offense to look like, and that is scary because I didn't know if that would be the case, but that is the case. So I'm excited. Obviously, the Big 12, like, there's 4 teams in the top 10. I am very excited to see Big 12 play start, SEC play start, Big 10 play start, ACC, I don't really care, but those 3 I'm very excited for. So that'll round out the top 10. Let me know what you guys think. Vanderbilt's at 11, by the way. Very cool. They're a great story, great backcourt. Another 3-headed monster of Tanner, Collins, and Duke Miles. Nickel had like 8 threes yesterday. Like, they're very good, and I think people are starting to realize it. Nebraska, you like to see them at 13. UNC's up to 12. Yeah, I agree with most of the top 25. I'm glad Auburn and St. John's are out of the rankings because it's like, if they were in the rankings, it'd be strictly because of name brand. So, yeah, I'm cool with most of the top 25. Top 10, it's fine. I obviously have my gripe with Duke and Gonzaga and Houston, but look, it is what it is. Like I've said 10 times in this video, no one really cares about the AP poll rankings. So, yeah, that'll wrap this video up. Let me know what you guys would want to see next. We're going to have some previews, some recaps this week. And, yeah, a little bit of analysis. We're going to talk some players to watch in conference play. And, yeah, that'll do it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. Subscribe if you haven't already. It helps the channel a lot. And I will see you guys next time. CBB Today. Peace.